Live from McWhorter Stadium here on the campus of Clemson University in Clemson, South Carolina, it's ACC softball action as the homestanding Clemson Tigers take on the Tar Heels from North Carolina. And hi, everybody, I'm Don Munson, along with national championship winning coach Scott Whitlock. We welcome you to Clemson, South Carolina. All right, so Clemson, Scott, first and foremost, coming off of a series where they split against nationally ranked Duke. So you had two nationally ranked programs, and it went 2-2.
And it was an outstanding series. And what really stuck out in my mind is the way Clemson came back and won the last two of the series after having a tough day on Friday.
All right, Clemson's been playing some softball the last couple of weeks. You cannot say that for North Carolina. They've been in a COVID pause.
17 days since they played because of COVID. They beat Notre Dame back on March 14th. Haven't played since then. I know they're anxious to get out here, but they drew a hot opponent in the Clemson Tigers.
And not just any series canceled, but postponed. You see Florida State and Georgia Tech. All right, so flip it over and you take a look at the homestanding Clemson Tigers now. You go back Saturday and Sunday, wins against Duke, and there's that gal, Valerie Cagle.
Miss Cagle again, she does it all for them, and she drove a ball out to park here on Saturday to get a good inning going for the Tigers.
And then they came back on Sunday, won again, and it was JoJo Hyatt delivering a key hit.
A big hit. They had key hits all throughout the game on Sunday.
Absolutely. So the Tigers split with Duke. They went 2-2 and come into this ball game ranked 19th in the country. All right, so let's take a look at the starting lineups, first of all, for North Carolina. As you see, Stubbs will lead it off. But, man, you take a look at their order here, Scott, and it's 3, 4, 5, 6 in the order. All of them can hit the long ball. All of them can drive runs in.
They take big swings.
Yeah, they do. They take very good swings. Valerie Cagle obviously on the hill here in game one of this four-game set. And you take a look at her numbers, and they are spectacular. Obviously, we'll talk more about Miss Cagle as we work our way through the broadcast.
Usually as the game goes on, Cagle gets better. So if she gets off to a good start, it could be a tough day for the Tar Heels.
So Stubbs, Batista, Lasea. The first three due up here for North Carolina as Stubbs tries to bunt her way on but comes up empty. And 0-1 the count to Stubbs.
She's hitting .342 on the year.
And no home runs at RBI.
Only one double.
Cagle delivers and it is a swing and a miss. And 0-2. Scott, I guess we need to talk about this. All right, if you're North Carolina, this is like an opening game all over again.
I'm sure there's a lot of apprehension, a lot of nervousness and all that. They just want to get back out there and get going.
Cagle works ahead of Stubbs here, 0-2. And misses low and outside of the lefty. So 2 strikes.
North Carolina is a ball club that is traditionally always in the mix, for postseason play. And to have a 2-week just stoppage right in the middle of your season, it's going to be real interesting to see how they respond.
There's a ball that bounced up there. And it'll even the count at 2-2. Yeah, you take a look at North Carolina, 10-8 on the year, but 6-3 right now in Atlantic Coast Conference play. Clemson, of course, 19th in the poll. 22-4 overall, 14-4 inside the league. 2-2 from Cagle. Called strike 3, got to look at it.
Yep. Just froze her right there, got something firm over the plate. Watch right here. It froze her.
Strikeout 102 on the season for Cagle, and she makes her 21st appearance. 13-6 as a starter, and oh, by the way, 4 saves for Miss Cagle as well.
She stays active, I'll tell you that. She don't rest long.
Here's Batista, designated player, and Batista swing and miss. 0-1.
Now you see both hitters at the top of the Tar Heel lineup are slappers, and it's very important for the viewers to understand that at contact, both feet have to be in the box. If any part of the foot is out of the box, they should be called out.
And there's a foul ball.
Notice right there, she made contact with both feet in the box.
Now, if you took a close look at that, I'm watching that back foot. I thought that maybe the toe of that back foot was actually outside the line.
Was it really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that from here.
Only because I was paying attention to it.
Well, I'm sitting 4 feet away from you, though.
Cagle again ahead of the count, 0-2. And will miss outside. 1-2.
Didn't miss by much.
No. But that's a good pitch there.
You better believe it is.
A really good pitch there. A lot of purpose to that pitch.
All good pitches aren't strikes. As a matter of fact, you would prefer they don't swing at a strike.
Yeah, if you can get them chasing outside the zone, you'll take that all the time. The 1-2 to Baptista. Called strike 3. Got her.
Another great pitch. It may be that the North Carolina hitters are going to have to see Cagle one time.
All right, so there's see how her foot right there was out of the box as she was running, and then she comes in, and then first pitch outside, second pitch inside. But see how that foot is a little bit out of the box, even on that, watching replay there. So here's Lasea stepping in. The first pitch to the righty, a called strike.
The one thing that Cagle has done here in the first inning, she's been ahead of all three batters. And that makes pitching so much easier.
Lasea, the third baseman, you'll see her numbers right there, 371, more than impressive. 3 home runs and the 14 RBIs, and takes strike 2 on the inner corner.
I don't know what the giddy up is right now, Don, but Cagle's pumping gas right now.
Yeah, she's throwing it. You can tell that her confidence really growing in the circle as this season wears along. 0-2. Misses away.
Another great pitch. It was off the plate. You see, this is a very, very good spot to miss. Just off the outside corner.
One-two to Lasea. Will miss low and in. So 2-2. The Tar Heel third baseman, Kirsten Lasea.
Yep, she leads the team in RBIs, 14. She's got 3 home runs, so she's got pop in her bat.
2-2 offering. Missed high. So strikeouts by Cagle to the first 2, and here a full count now to Lasea. 2 outs and nobody on. Cagle's payoff pitch misses high.
Lost her after being ahead 0-2. That is a huge no-no in the world of pitching.
It's only the 24th walk given up by Cagle now. In now 101 and a third innings pitched. And here is Krista Burkhart, the center fielder. You see the numbers on Burkhart, 400. That 400 average really pops. The left-handed hitter.
She's a very good college player.
First pitch to the lefty, off speed, but a ground ball to Gilstrap. It's short, and the throw across to Mattamore, and the 6-3 putout will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, no errors, a man left. Scoreless. We'll go to the bottom of the first. Back here in Clemson, South Carolina at McWhorter Stadium. And you see the starting lineup for the Clemson Tigers. Clark there at the top, a speedster, but Cagle Gumbarda right there at 3 and 4. And then once you get by Gumbarda, nobody above 270 as far as batting average is concerned, but you've got some key bats in the bottom part of that order for John Rittman.
Yep,
and of course, the pitcher in the circle here for North Carolina, Brittany Pickett. As good as they come in the league, just hadn't had a whole lot of run support.
No, she hasn't, but she is a high-quality pitcher, and she's going to be a great challenge for this Tiger lineup.
Yeah, 104 strikeouts and only 9 walks. Not bad. The big lefty will whine and deliver and miss low to Clark, and 1-0.
Yeah. Talking to John Rittman earlier in the week, and he puts her on the same level as any pitcher in this conference, whether it be the Duke staff, the Virginia Tech staff. She's an outstanding thrower.
There's a ground ball over to short, and Middleton will throw it across in time to Hutcherson, and 1 away.
Usually, anytime you see a pitcher that has more strikeouts than innings pitched, that's a good thing.
Yes, it is. Very good thing.
Yep.
Let's take a look there at Pickett. Hands the Gilstrap. Clemson shortstop will step in. Right-handed hitter. And the first pitch to Gilstrap is a called strike. Gilstrap on the season at .324. A couple of home runs, 11 RBIs.
It's been a nice piece of the puzzle for Coach John Rittman.
Pickett comes inside and misses. 1-1.
Gilstrap transferred into Clemson from USC Upstate, where she was an all-conference player there.
1-1 to Gilstrap. This is low. 2-1.
The Clemson lineup's got several transfers sprinkled in it, and it's all part of building a program in the modern era. Transfers are a big part of your puzzle nowadays when you're putting something together.
2-1 pitch, a called strike. 2-2. David Reinecker behind home plate calling balls and strikes for us. Pickett looks into the dugout, third base side to get her sign. And the 2-2. Miss low. I think the catcher popped up green, thought that was strike 3.
So did Pickett.
Yes.
It could have been low. Catcher did a good job of framing it upward.
Payoff pitch to Gilstrap. Misses outside, so a one-out walk. And this is where the run game could begin for Clemson, Coach.
Yeah.
Nice. You take a look. Look, you talked about Pickett coming in, and obviously the strikeouts to innings pitched. Just incredible what her strikeout to walk ratio is.
She strikes out 11.5 hitters for every person she walks. And that is a great ratio to have.
So in steps Cagle. And the first pitch to her will bounce up there and then bounce off the chest of Green, but right in front, so Gilstrap cannot advance. 1-0. Cagle just does everything for Clemson.
Boy, she surely does. She is just an impressive overall player.
I'm going to call her Captain Marvel. She just does it all.
Yep, and they're being careful with her, too, even with the runner on first.
Yep. 2-0 the count. Cagle at .346, 7 home runs, 21 RBIs on the season. In that left-handed batter's box. When she's not pitching, she'll play in right and don't run on the arm and right. The 2-0 misses inside. It's 3-0.
Talk about her playing right field. She had a big defensive assist last weekend in the Duke series.
Yeah, that was in the Sunday game.
Yeah, what a throw that was to third base.
So 3-0 now to Cagle. As Pickett just walked Gilstrap with 1 out to put her at first. See if they greenlight Cagle here, 3-0. And she takes a pitch for a strike, 3-1.
That was a nice firm pitch over the inside part of the plate.
Cool day here in Clemson, South Carolina. 53 when we started. Wind blowing out. 10 miles an hour with gusts of up to better than 20. As the 3-1 pitch to Cagle, also inside corner strike, 3-2.
Good job of coming back by Pickett. Cagle did not like either one of those pitches. They were in on her.
Payoff pitch, here it is. Cagle was foul at first base side.
Yep. That pitch was to the same spot, but with 2 strikes on you got to protect the plate. She fouled that one off. Lived the swing again. Pickett from Indian Trail, North Carolina.
3-2, fouled third base side out of play. And right, we did our homework, found that was right below Charlotte.
Somewhere near Matthews,
Not
yes.
far from Matthews, yeah. Good look there at Cagle. And there's Pickett. Strength against strength right here. Again, the payoff pitch. And again, it's foul to the screen.
This is a good little battle.
Yep, so 3 straight 3-2 pitches fouled off by Cagle. Gilstrap at first, the 1-out walk. here in the bottom of the first. Two of the better players in the league right there on your split screen. Again, the 3-2, and it's grounded off the glove of the pitcher. Third baseman will pick it up, bluff a throw, and everybody's going to be safe.
Pickett instinctively stuck the glove out there, and the ball deflected off. The Tigers might have missed an opportunity. Gilstrap checked up at second base, but the Tar Heels did not have anybody covering third base on that particular play.
Yes, Lasea picked it up and bluffed the throw.
Well, she did a good job of checking her, though. I don't know. She couldn't have done anything with that.
Infield single. So the walk and the infield single, runners at first and second, one out for Gumbardo, who takes a first pitch strike.
Gumbardo had a couple of huge hits in Sunday's game against Duke, and the wind is blowing in her favor right now.
See her numbers on the season, the 7 home runs, 25 RBIs, and she's missed 4 games. Off speed, misses low. And there you go. There's the flags blowing out, and I think both of you in there, you can see all of a sudden the gusts come up and really extend them out.
Oh, yeah.
1-1. Pop foul over the screen, first base side.
It's a beautiful day today. A lot of sunshine, blue skies.
And they're saying temperatures by the weekend should climb. As you see, Gumbardo tied for third in the league as far as runs batted in. Just 4 off of the league lead. And the pitch in the dirt, gets away from the catcher, and advancing to third will be Gilstrap. Cagle stayed put at first. That's just a read on the dirt ball there.
Yes, it was. You'll see right here, she stops, she frees up. I better go.
Get that white jersey dirty. Sliding head first into third. So now runners in the corners and 1 out. And 2-2 to Gumbardo. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss.
That was just, like you say, power on power. And she just threw that ball right by her.
First strikeout for Brittany Pickett in the contest.
Just didn't get it.
Well, she hit it timed pretty well, but just swung right over the top of it. So here's Abby Stewart, the designated player. 255 on the season. 3 home runs and 8 RBIs. And the first pitch with the runner moving is a ball. So that'll be a stolen base for Cagle.
Not often that Cagle gets to show her wheels. That's only her 3rd stolen base of the year, but she's perfect, 3 for 3.
And now you got 2 in scoring position with 2 outs. And a strike on the outside corner to Stewart. We're leaving it up at 1-1.
With these 2 pitchers facing each other today, 1 run here, 1 run there, I mean, that means a lot. Because I don't expect this affair to get very, very high scoring.
And particularly if you can get early runs.
Oh, yeah.
Stewart will take a look at a pitch outside. 2-1 the count. Pickett takes a look at that arm, make sure she knows what the sign is. The 2-1 pitch misses high.
And that was up.
Pereira waiting on deck for Clemson would be next. If Stewart can keep the inning alive here in the bottom of the first.
Well, if you're Pickett, you've got the luxury of a base being open. So you don't have to just serve something up.
3-1 offering. Called strike. Pickett wasn't so, or Stewart wasn't so sure on that.
Yeah, she was trying to sell it. See right here. That's a pretty good pitch. She was just Abby Stewart trying to sell that one.
Payoff pitch, ground ball to second. 2-hopper there to Brooks. She'll make the play to Hutcherson. And the side is retired. So Clemson threatens but leaves runners stranded at second and third. And we are scoreless going to the second. Back here in Clemson, South Carolina, as you take a look at North Carolina head coach Donna Papa, the head coach at North Carolina since 1986.
She is an icon.
She is. The 5-time ACC Coach of the Year in 96, 98, 2000, 08, and 12. And obviously a Hall of Fame inductee in 12.
Has the respect of many, if not all of her peers. She's done it a long time at the same place, but she's done it very, very well.
Prior to North Carolina, 2 years at Susquehanna University, 84 and 85. As Pickett will lead things off for North Carolina here in the top of the second.
You've been wanting to say that all afternoon long.
1-0. Shot foul at the plate.
It's very, very rare in today's game to see both pitchers in the batting order. And we have that here today, and both of them are in positions of productivity. Cagle hitting in the 3 spot for Clemson and Pickett in the 5-hole for the Tar Heels.
A couple of home runs, 7 RBIs for Pickett on the year. As that pitch misses way outside, 2-1. Not quite the batting average that Cagle has,
no.
225 for Pickett, but can do some damage at the plate. Two-one, fouled first base side. This is from a couple of pitches ago here, Scott. I don't know that you want, especially coming up and hitting the pitcher in the back of her pitching arm, do you?
Don't get my pitching arm.
Yeah. 2-2 from Cagle. Strike 3 call.
And Pickett knew it, too. She just nodded her head and walked off.
Already the 3rd strikeout in this ball game for Valerie Cagle.
And Pickett's like, yep.
So here's Taylor Green, the catcher. Cagle has struck out 3 of the first 5 that she has faced. The first pitch to Green on the outside corner are called. Strike 0-1.
You know, there's an old adage in the bat and ball sports. Pitchers love to throw on cool days. And if that adage holds true, then Cagle and Pickett both should be delighted.
See the 12 RBIs for Green so far. She swings and tips it foul, 0-2. Again, this is just game number 19 for North Carolina. They have coming off COVID pause since the 14th of March. So here on the 1st of April, they open things back up here in Clemson. The 0-2 ground ball, Gilstrap at short will pick and throw. 2 away.
Yep, nice job of getting the ground ball. Strikeouts are nice to look at, but I'll tell you right now, ground balls will make you a winner.
So here's the first baseman, Campbell Hutcherson. Interesting to see Green on her way back to the dugout. Stop a little chat with Hutcherson, just telling her, hey, this is what I saw from Cagle. 2 out, nobody on for North Carolina. In the top of the second and a first pitch strike to Hutcherson.
Yeah, she kind of ran by and said, hey, she's pretty good.
Hutcherson. Hutcherson just starting her 10th game of the season, appearing in her 13th, just batting at 111. No home runs and an RBI, and swings a little late on that pitch and is in the hole 0-2.
Cagle way ahead right here. She's been ahead of the hitters for the most of the day.
The 0-2, just outside.
Took a little bit off that.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was a straight change, but she took a little bit off that pitch. It was a good spot, too, well off the plate.
1-2, called strike 3. Strikeout number 4 for Cagle will end the top half of the second as North Carolina will go 1, 2, 3. And Cagle so far through 2 has been as advertised. Back here in Clemson, South Carolina, Don Munson, Scott Whitlock along with you in a 0-0 ball game as we go to the bottom of the second. Scott, you've known that guy there for a long time.
When Mr. Radakovich decided to start a softball program up here and find himself a head softball coach, he couldn't have done a better job than that man right there. John Rittman, outstanding coach, better person, and many, many years out at Stanford. And I am very, very proud of our over 20-year friendship.
Pereira will lead things off for Clemson. Pereira, Logaleo, Matamore. 6, 7, 8 in the order. Here you see the numbers on Pereira. A 1-0 pitch to her, a strike, 1-1.
I tell you, both of these pitchers are showing great command. Going back to Coach Rittman, Don, sometime I would love just to sit down and let he and I tell you stories of the
bunt right back to the mound. Pickett throw to first. They say not in time. Bang, bang play there at first.
It was a bang, bang play at first base. And
now let's watch Pereira get it down the line here.
touchdown.
This is a thing I like about Pereira. She saw the ball hit the ground before she really took off. Whew, close play.
That was close.
Infield single, though, the second hit off of Pickett. And here's another bunt. Laid it out front. Third baseman will take this one. Can't throw it anywhere.
Yeah, that was a nice call by the Clemson staff. They doubled up on the bunch.
So back-to-back bunt singles. First and second, nobody out for Matamore. And you've also got gals on base that can swipe a base for you.
Yes, you do.
Pereira 3 for 3 and Logaleo 2 of 3. Yep. And this is a Clemson team coming into this. Scott, we haven't talked a lot about this. We haven't said anything about this, but 52 of 56 in the stolen base department.
They run, and when they run, they usually are successful. John Rittman is a very aggressive coach, does an outstanding job of managing the game. And I think it was a very, very interesting strategy of them going very, very small ball right here, making the pitcher and the corner players work. And, you know, that can be unsettling to a defense, and particularly to a pitcher.
Pickett's first pitch to Matamore will miss low. 1-0.
I would not anticipate Pickett being an experienced player and a veteran. I don't think it will unsettle her, but anytime you make a pitcher do something that they don't want to do, it can bother them.
Through 18 games so far this season, as you take a look at the numbers on Matamore. 1-0. She shows bunt. That pitch came up and in on her, and she just had to protect herself more than anything.
I think that went from the bat to the mask.
Yeah. Came up and caught the helmet, I believe.
Let's see that again. See if it don't come up off the bat. Nope.
No, it just caught the bat.
Just come off the bat.
Maybe the bat maybe came back and caught a little bit
So
over.
it did not, yeah.
But in through 18 games so far for North Carolina, opponents are 14 of 18 stealing bases against them. So you match the 52 of 56 of Clemson up with that 14 of 18. Man, if you're just looking at it on paper, you're thinking coming into the series, Clemson, when they get runners on, they're going to run.
Yes, they are. Particularly at the top and off the bench. That's something else Clemson does a lot. They run off the bench.
1-1 to Matamore. She'll show bunt now. Going to take the bat back and take a strike.
Right now, if you're Matamore, what you want to do is make an out to the right side of the infield. Move those runners if you possibly can. You got nobody out and a runner right there in scoring position against a very, very good pitcher. So you got to get them when you can.
1-2 off the outside corner. 2-2.
I am really loving this game so far, Don, and it's because of the demeanor and the presence of both pitchers out there. They both are out there on business trips today.
2-2. Fouled off.
There's nothing like a good pitching matchup.
Now we've got two the better in the Atlantic Coast Conference here as far from an ERA standpoint and just from a knowing how to pitch standpoint.
Oh, yeah.
Again, the 2-2. Roll to third. She'll step on the bag for one. Throw across the 5-3 double play.
That right there was the one place you did not want to hit this ball. A ball hit directly atop the bag. Easy play for the third baseman, and just a tailor-made 5-3 double play.
Lucia did not panic when she saw that ball rolling to her because in her mind she knows exactly what she's going to do.
You better know it.
So that puts Logaleo now at second, but with 2 outs for the catcher Hyatt.
And Hyatt had a big base hit as part of the two wins that Clemson had over Duke over the weekend.
Takes a first pitch high for a ball.
Plus, JoJo Hyatt has just done a tremendous job behind the plate this year for the Tigers.
Two outs, runner at second here for Clemson, bottom of the second in a scoreless contest. Pickett delivers, misses low.
With the wind blowing out, the North Carolina outfield sure is playing in.
They are playing shallow, I'll give you that.
If Hyde gets one up on a line, that thing's going to split them wide open out there.
2-0 from Pickett. Misses low and in, 3-0. Top of the order, and Clark waiting on deck.
Clark, just an outstanding freshman. She's shown flashes of just absolute brilliance this year.
Good look there at Brittany Pickett. Her 3-0 delivery. A called strike, 3-1. Woo!
Some of the other umpires in the building did not like that call.
The umps in orange.
Yes.
3-1 now, the count to Hyatt. And the 3-1 pitch, called strike 2. So this now becomes the 4th batter that Brittany Pickett has gone 3-2 to.
Yep.
2 in the first and 2 so far here in the second.
And 2 of those, she came back from 3-0.
Yes. The 3-2 pitch here is grounded foul. Coach Papa showing that, hey, I can still move, come out and make a play.
I still got it.
Logaleo at second, and the 3-2 pitch with 2 outs, misses outside. That's the second walk that Pickett has given up, and that in and of itself is news.
Yes, it is. She doesn't do that a lot.
No, she only walked 9, as a matter of fact, coming into this one. Through 88 1/3. So this gives Mackenzie Clark an opportunity. Clark, you see her numbers on the season, grounded out to short her first time up in the first.
She's aggressive early in the count.
Off speed for a strike.
That was a
pitch right
great
there.
pitch by Pickett.
Was.
That was a veteran move. She knew that this hitter was aggressive, so she starts out with a thumber and right there gets ahead of the count, 0-1.
Well, one pitch, threw it again, missed low. Clemson threatens here in the bottom of the second, but with 2 outs with runners at first and second. And the pitch will miss low and in. 2-1. Clemson stranded 2 in the first.
Yep.
If you're Pickett, you're thinking, all right, let me kind of whittle my way and get out of this jam as well and Usually, you need to get to good quality pitchers early because they will have a tendency to settle in as the game goes along.
You're exactly right. Again, the outfield playing shallow.
2-1 pitch, misses high. It's 3-1. Here's a look at the defense for North Carolina, the shallow outfield that Scott's been talking about.
I'm using that as a relative term because of the wind.
3-1 pitch will miss low. That'll load him up for Gilstrap with 2 outs.
Yeah.
So the inning started with back-to-back bunt singles, then the double play. The walk to Hyatt and the walk to Clark has loaded him up. For Gilstrap, who walked her first time up, got stranded at third. So there you take a look at the number of pitches so far thrown by Brittany Pickett, 50 already through 2. Well, actually, not through 2, through an inning and 2/3.
Inning and 2/3.
And again, Coach, let me ask you, is this first game back? I mean, is this? Can you say this is some of COVID related here?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's no substitute for playing. You can pitch as much in practice as you want, simulate as much as you want, but until you put the good uniforms on, there's just nothing like it.
So Gilstrap will step in. Bases loaded and 2 outs here, bottom of 2. Pickett delivers. Gilstrap takes it for a strike.
You got a head in the count right there. There's no nonsense there.
Numbers on Gilstrap.
Having a nice year at the plate. 324, a couple of home runs.
Well, 1 pitch. Had Gilstrap out in front of that as she took something off.
Now what I'd like to see Pickett do right here is to just go directly at it. As you'll see right here, she took a little bit off and Gilstrap swung right through it. But if I was Pickett right here, I wouldn't nibble. I wouldn't do it. I would just pick out a great pitch and just say, hey, hit it if you can.
The 0-2. Ground ball up the middle, off the shortstop, deflected to the second baseman. She couldn't hold the bag, and the run will score.
That's going to go probably as an infield single. Great job that time by the shortstop, smothering it up. I mean, Middleton did all she could, but Gilstrap hit it firm.
Watch how this deflects to the second baseman, and Brooks almost able to pick it up and hold the bag.
Yep. She was within about 6 inches of that.
So Clemson strikes first. The RBI for Gilstrap, her 12th of the year, still bases loaded, and 2 outs for Cagle. Infield single for Cagle, her first time up. Takes a first pitch strike.
Yep. Pickett still pumping strikes in there. Gilstrap did a good job of getting a lot of that bat on the ball, but the ball did take a funny hop, in fairness to Middleton, out at shortstop.
The 0-1 pitch in the dirt. Nice block by Green.
If you've got a pitcher that's having a good year, that probably means you've got a catcher that's having a pretty decent season too defensively, because they work tongue and groove together, and we're seeing that with both batteries in this game early.
1-1, right back to Pickett on the mound. Easy play over to first, and Pickett gets out of it, surrendering just the 1 run. The Clemson strikes first here in Clemson with a 1-0 lead. We go to the third. 1-0 Clemson through 2 here at McWhorter Stadium on the campus of Clemson University. Don Munson, Scott Whitlock along with you. All right, so Clemson has threatened both innings so far, Scott, but have stranded 5 players. If you're Brittany Pickett, you got to think, all right, that's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, if you're North Carolina, you go, well, we're down 1 run. That's a bad thing. But the good news is it could have been a lot worse.
Yes.
Because Clemson has left runners on base.
Destiny Middleton, 8-9-1 due up for North Carolina here in the third, and Middleton to lead things off as you see her numbers. And Cagle will deliver, and she'll chop it foul at the plate. Middleton got to be thinking about that ball that up the middle that she couldn't quite get that allowed the Clemson run in the last half inning. But you got to forget that and concentrate on trying to square up Cagle.
Oh, yeah, she's got to play with amnesia.
That one misses low and outside to even it at 1-1. See 30 pitches so far for Cagle in this contest. Vast difference between she and Pickett so far, but Clemson just a 1-0 lead. 1-1, tap foul.
And it's so big. We've talked about it before, Don, and you've been around this game a long time as well. After you score a run, it is so big for your pitcher to go out and get a shutdown inning. That's when you really establish a little bit of momentum and control.
Cagle's 1-2, slap foul.
Ooh.
Right over the on-deck circle, right behind the on-deck batter Thompson.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about it also is I always think that if you're the visiting club, the home team scores first, but if you can come back and get that bounce back run or runs,
right,
I think that just changes all the momentum into the third base dugout here.
Absolutely.
1-2, fair up the third baseline. Bigham long throw and pulls the Mattermore off the bag.
Her dead ball was not hit hard. Bigham had plenty of time. She just appeared to rush her throw, and she chased Mattermore off the bag. You see that ball was hit like a pool cue almost. Stayed fair all the way, but the throw really sailed on her. And just like that, the Tar Heels have their leadoff runner on. It'll go as an error, but Coach Donna Papa and the Heels will be very, very happy to have a base runner at first base.
That's the 6th error of the season against Bigham, the 21st of the season against Clemson. And here's Thompson, and that will get by the catcher, and advancing to second will be Middleton.
Well, here they come. That ball got up and in. That ball got up and in on the hitter, and it got by JoJo Hyatt. As you can see, she was probably shaded a little bit by the bat.
Should be a pass ball right off the glove of the catcher. That's what I would think. Now they're looking to see if she offered. They appeal third base side to see if there was an offer at it, but no. And now John Rittman and home plate umpire David Reinecker will talk it over.
Yeah. If you see the rate, we get one more look at the replay. I'd be interested to see if the bat actually went forward at all. Let's see right here what the bat does. Anyway, that's awful close to offering if it didn't.
The problem is she comes up in the batter's box. The bat does get out in front of the plate, but the question is, did she offer?
No.
There's a swing and a miss.
Let's see if the viewer can see the grip that the hitter's using right now. She just split her grip. What I mean by that is her hands are not together on the bat. She's trying to really control the bat right now, as you can see.
Yep.
There's a good 2 inches in between her hands.
Shows bunt, takes a pitch outside. So 2-1 to Thompson.
If you're Cagle and the Tigers, you just need to take a deep breath and go about your business. If you don't walk a batter and you don't commit errors, it's awfully hard to score in this game. So you just need to just go about your business.
2-1 pitch, called strike 3. Oh, excuse me, a strike 2.
Strike 2.
Strike 2, 2-2. Excuse me.
She just went right through
that one. She did offer at. Middleton at second with nobody out for North Carolina here in the top of the third. 1-0 Clemson. And a swing and a miss by Thompson, and down on strikes she goes. That's 5 strikeouts now in the contest for Cagle.
And that's a big out right there. As you'll see, she comes right here and she just plants one on the outside part of the plate. And Thompson chases. That's going to flip the batting order, and the leadoff batter Stubbs is back up. She struck out her last time, Don.
Yep. Struck out looking, as a matter of fact, to start the game. First pitch to Stubbs, offers at it. Comes up empty, 0-1.
Stubbs and Baptista both love to slap the ball. They love to be in motion at contact.
Are you big on that? Were you very big on that as a head coach?
No, and I'll tell you why. Because at our level, at that in my heyday, our speed was not as good as the team speed is in today's game. We built our programs primarily on really being good at the top, hit for average, and then let the 3, 4, and 5 hitters do their thing. We didn't play a speed game at all.
Well, back in the days of black and white, it just wasn't very, black and white television. It just wasn't.
We had color TV. Some families.
0-2. The 0-2 pitch off the glove again of Hyatt, and that'll allow the runner to advance to third. Another pass ball.
Yeah, the Tigers are not making it easy for themselves. That's 2 pass balls that have moved the runners around.
You can actually call that a wild pitch.
Yeah, now you got to be on your toes for anything.
One and 2 the count. And a swing and a miss, and down on strikes goes Stubbs.
What a big pitch that was right there by the youngster out of Virginia. Got a runner down there on third, so I'll just take it myself.
Cagle has struck out at least 2 batters in each of the first 3 innings so far, and we're through 2 1/3 right here. She's still got another mile to go, and here's Baptista, who went down on strikes her first time up. And he takes a first pitch strike, 0-1.
And you can see Baptista's taking a more natural slapper's approach. She goes right, fires right out at the pitcher.
The 0-1 pitch, strike 2.
Yeah.
That had some giddy up on it.
That sure did. You got to watch this one in a hurry if you're the hitter. Because that had some oomph on it.
Runner at third, 2 outs here for North Carolina. Top of 3, trailing at 1-0. The 0-2 from Cagle. She offered it, and around goes Baptista. So Cagle, after the error, strikes out 3 to end the inning. As North Carolina leaves a gal at third, still 1-0 in favor of Clemson. We go to the bottom half. Back here in Clemson, South Carolina, as we take a look at the Atlantic Coast Conference teams that are right now in the top 25 and well represented. Still the defending national champs, Florida State, at number 10. Duke, Virginia Tech, and then the Clemson Tigers.
And that Virginia Tech ball club, that's the one you better look out for. They're a very, very good team. They got shut down by COVID early in the season, but they're now back up and playing. You better keep an eye on that club.
1-0 Clemson. We go to the bottom of the third. Gumbarda to lead it off. 4, 5, 6 due up. As Brittany Pickett delivers low. Ball 1. Here are the numbers on Gumbarda. Strikeout victim. Gumbarda, her first time up. Foul tips that one.
She exploded out of the gate early in the year for the Tigers. It just got off to such a hot start and really carried the offense till some of the rest of them got going. And she had actually kind of cooled off just a bit until last Sunday when she broke out and jumped all over Duke.
She picked up right where she left off when everything got suspended from COVID, because the last 7 to 10 games prior to the COVID suspension last year, she was hot as a firecracker.
Right.
1-1 the count to Gumbarda. There's this pitch for a strike, 1-2.
That off-speed pitch.
Outfield still playing relatively shallow for a gal that is a power hitter. With the breeze blowing out here at McWhorter Stadium, as you're there, you see the flags in the background. The 1-2 went after the high pitch and foul tipped it in and out of the glove of Green.
She did, but she was on that pitch right there. She was on time right there. Don't.
That caught the face mask. I thought that caught the glove of Green, but it didn't. It caught the face mask of the umpire.
And the catcher Green did what all good catchers do after such an occurrence. She went out and had a talk with her pitcher while the home plate umpire recollected himself.
See 60 pitches so far for Pickett in this contest. 1-2 to Gumbarda, hit sharply to third, but Lisea up with a one-hopper. Makes the throw across and one away.
Nice play. The ball's hit sharply, but right at Lisea. And you see she took her time, got nice and square, made a great throw.
So one away for Clemson here in the bottom of the third, and here's Abby Stewart, the designated player.
Number 13, Abby Stewart.
Stewart, her first time up, grounded out to second. Takes a first pitch strike from Pickett.
Both pitchers doing a great job of staying ahead.
Go, Abby. Oh, one from Pickett. This is low and in. 1-1. Pickett got out of jams in both the first and the second inning. Left two stranded in the first and left them loaded in the second.
She sure did. She did give up the one run, but it really wasn't her fault.
Right.
It was kind of a bad hop single.
1-1. Swing and a miss by Stewart.
It's going to be interesting with this North Carolina team. They're about to start their second time through the batting order. As we'll see right here, we'll see Abby Stewart swing and a miss. You're seeing the pitcher Pickett go through the offense of Clemson, the second time through. And it's going to be interesting to see what the hitters do for North Carolina now that they're seeing Cagle for the second time. After that 17-day layoff, this is just something that's just going to be really interesting to watch unfold as exactly when North Carolina settles back into playing mode.
Pickett still ahead of Stewart, 1-2. Stewart fouls one off to stay alive.
Yep.
I don't understand the mechanics of it, but you look up and you see 66 pitchers. In the fast pitch softball, that's nothing.
Yeah.
Obviously in baseball, it would be major news.
Yeah.
The 1-2 misses low, 2-2.
I tell you, the sport of baseball, everything's pitch count.
Yes.
I mean, the data that they now try to have and maintain to run a baseball program is incredible now.
I think they overthink it, to be personally honest with you.
I am 100% in agreement.
2-2. Line right back to Pickett, and she did pick it.
Yes, she did.
2 away.
It's always great when you've got a pitcher that can defend.
Second baseman, number 12.
If you got a gal in the circle that can also give you D, you'll take that every time.
She just kind of like no big deal.
Yeah. So 2 up, 2 down for Clemson. Here's Pereira. Pereira off speed pitch high.
She beat out a bunt
She
her
did.
first at bat.
Yeah, she and Lugaleo right behind her in the on-deck circle. Back-to-back bunts that started the second. 4 base hits for Clemson so far in the contest, and none of them have left the infield. 1-0, swing and a miss, 1-1.
Yep. There's that off-speed pitch. This is the first of 4 between these teams over the next 3 days.
One line to the second baseman, Brooks. And Pickett gets him 1-2-3 here in the bottom half of the third. So good defense by North Carolina there in the bottom half of the inning as Brooks catches the easy liner. Off to the fourth we go. One nothing Clemson over North Carolina as we will go to the fourth. We've had a scoring change that has taken place, and we've been notified that the run for Clemson back in the second scores on an Logalea on the error on the shortstop. So she actually scored on an E6 there. The Middleton's error, her 8th of the season and 27th of the season for North Carolina. So just 3 hits on the board for Clemson, not 4.
But the run still counts.
The run.
Let me just tell you
the
that.
R is still the
As
R.
a coach, I'm going to tell you right now, the run still counts.
The R is still the R. Swing and a miss by Lisea as we start the top of the 4th. 0-1. Lisea walked her first time up. And the 0-1 pitch taken for a ball, 1-1. Lisea, Burkhart, and Pickett, 3-4-5 in the order as North Carolina begins the second run through the order against Cagle. 2-1.
And as we talked about last half inning, it's going to be interesting to see what these North Carolina hitters do now, second time through. Runs are going to be at a premium in this series.
2-1 pitch, chop foul.
Don, did you know that today is one of our very fine young producers' birthday? Sanders Sullivan, one of the people who work here at Clemson for Rick Bagby's crew. Today's his birthday on April Fool's Day.
It makes perfect sense to me. The 2-2 misses outside, 3-2.
I think Rick was going to take him tomorrow and get his learner's license.
Three-two pitch, swing and a miss, strikeout number 8 for Cagle.
I don't know about anybody else in the ballpark, but she's having a good time right now. When you pitch like this, there's a lot of fun.
She's mowing them down right now.
Yes, she is.
Here is Burkhart. Burkhart grounded out to short to end the first. Her only at bat. He tries to bunt it third base side, but it rolls foul.
I tell you what, as someone who's coaching the defense, anytime you've got the cleanup hitter, the player on the team that is capable of hitting extra base hits, if they want to bunt, I'm good with it.
Yep. Oh, 1 delivery. Misses in. Good look there at Christina Burkhart.
Yeah.
1-1. Can't catch up with that one.
Right now, it's a mismatch. It may change the next pitch, but right now, they just cannot catch up to it.
Yeah, you got to think some of this is the COVID pause, too. The first time they've seen live pitching.
Absolutely.
1-2, misses low and in, 2-2.
Absolutely.
Like you said, it's you can wind it up in practice and do all that, but you see that pitcher so often.
Right.
You know the ebbs and flows, but when it's the other guy and you're facing live bullets, something new. Swing and a miss. There's strikeout number 9.
You are 100% correct. Make no mistake about it. North Carolina is a fine softball program, nationally respected, but you can't take a 17-day layoff in the middle of the season, and not feel some kind of adverse effect.
So the 9 strikeouts by Cagle, at least 2 in each inning so far. And she starts Pickett off with a check swing foul.
I played baseball almost 20 years. I don't know if I ever had 9 strikeouts total. I'd have to go back and count them up. See, I struck out that guy.
The 0-1 pitch high into the backstop. 1-1. And only because I am so familiar with Clemson baseball, one of the most amazing stats in the stadium right behind us, Rusty Atkins went an entire season without striking out.
Wow.
Yes. 1-1. Misses low.
How many at bats?
I'm trying to think. He had a 43-game hit streak that season and didn't strike out once.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
2-1 offering. Knocked down by the first baseman. Second baseman gets there, throws, but not in time. We'll see how they score that. That may be their first hit off of Cagle. Although the first baseman comes up with it cleanly, she's going to get Pickett at first.
And I think we're going to see a pinch runner come out. We're going to use a 2-out pinch runner here. And coming into the game is number 24. Is that 24? Is that what I'm seeing?
That's what 24 is not on that roster.
Yes, yep.
You got it?
Using the defense. This is the defensive only player.
Yep.
That's going in, right?
Yep.
Yep. So that does not count as a substitution, believe it or not.
So they're going to give a hit to Pickett.
Yep.
Infield single off the glove of the first baseman. And a swing and a miss by Green.
What we're talking about with the substitution that's just made, when you turn in your lineup, you can have 10 players in the defensive lineup and only 9 in the batting order. And Brooks, who you see runs very well.
Not well. Oh, they say safe. I thought not well enough.
Anyway, she's in the 10-person lineup, so she was able to go in for Pickett. And here we go. Here's a replay on the stolen base. And the tag may have been a little high.
Yep.
She may have ducked under that. I think she did.
Stolen base for Brooks. Swing and a miss there by Green. Makes it 1-2. North Carolina stranded a runner at third in the third. Leadoff error had Middleton aboard, and she worked her way over to third. 1-2, grounded foul.
The coach Papa helping Bigham collect that ball over there.
Man, we're going to get a visit to the mound. Pitching coach for Clemson going to come out here and chat
Kyle
it up.
Jameson's going to take a walk out there and hopefully wants to get himself a little TV time, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure that's what he's concerned about. So you see, there's a breakdown of Cagle so far, Coach, and 64 pitches and 42 of them for strikes.
That's
pretty good.
That's pretty solid right there.
And I bet you that's just listen, let's not worry about what's going on at second base.
Yeah, just grab back, get one by, and come on in.
1-2 the count to Taylor Green. Brooks leads from second with 2 outs. And the pitch high and outside.
If she held it.
Oh, yeah. 2-2 from Cagle. Misses high. It's amazing how things change inside the circle once you get a runner on base.
You better believe it.
Things that start creeping into your mind.
You just start thinking about the wrong thing.
Yep. Payoff pitch. Lined into right center field. That'll score. Brooks from second. And we're tied at 1 as Green delivers with her 13th RBI of the year.
And that was a good job of hitting by Green. She took that ball right back where it came from, out to right center field. The base runner Brooks had no problem. Oh yeah, she just nice swing on the ball right there. And we're right back where we started now.
Tied at 1. So a couple of base hits here with 2 outs. Off of Cagle has produced a run. And there's a pitch for a strike. to Hutcherson.
Base hit, stolen base, base hit.
Mm-hmm. Chopper back to the mound. Cagle, easy throw to first, will retire the side. But North Carolina, a 2-out rally, scores a run on 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. We're tied at 1. 1-1 ball game. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th here in Clemson, South Carolina. All right, so this is a look. Multiple sports going on at the same time being produced here on the Clemson campus. As you look at this, you got one side doing softball. You guys can wave to us that are doing softball. So there's the softball crew. On the opposite side, volleyball going on. And the gentleman in the ACC network hat that is right there in your screen, that is Sanders Sullivan. He is our birthday boy.
Yeah. Bless his heart, he finally gets to ride in the car without a car seat.
1-1 game. Leading it off for Clemson will be Logaleo. It'll be 7, 8, and 9 due up here against Brittany Pickett.
Speaking of young Mr. Sullivan, last weekend I got chastised for mispronouncing Logaleo's name.
Logaleo. One delivery line, and that is a fair ball, third base line. Logaleo turns, heads to second. We'll go in there with a stand-up double to lead us off.
And that was a great job. She just turned on that pitch and hit it like a rocket. The third baseman didn't really have anything in the world that she could do. You watch Asia, there was nothing she could do. And that ball just trickled down there in the foul territory in the left field corner. And next thing you know, she's standing out there at second base with a leadoff double.
And for Logaleo, that'll be her 4th double of the season. So leadoff runner aboard for Clemson here in a 1-1 game, bottom of the 4th. And Clemson now, we talked about bounce back runs. So they give up the run in the top half and a chance to go right back and take the lead right back in this game.
Better believe it. It was Pickett's job to get a shutdown inning. And she still very well might, but a leadoff double certainly does help the Tigers' chances.
Here's Mattamore grounded into a 5-3 double play. Her first time, going to bunt it first base side. First baseman will take it. Only play is back to first with a second baseman covering.
And that was a great bunt that time by that young woman. She stayed in there and did her job, Mattamore did. Watch this. The key to sack bunting is to make certain the ball is down before you leave the box. Just do your job. You're in there to make an out. So many times young hitters make mistakes by trying to get in too big a hurry with their feet, and they forget about the point. That's why they call it a sacrifice. We're giving you up. We want you to make an out.
So the 3-4 sacrifice will move Logaleo to third with 1 out. And to me, Scott, that the key to bunting, period, is seeing the ball contact the ground before you really get out of the box and get going.
That's exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah.
You're exactly right. Bunting is a little bit of a lost art in baseball and softball, and but it is still so necessary if you're going to have a great season, because there's going to come a time in a tight game when you got to get one down.
So Hyatt strides the plate.
And with Hyatt up here, you might want to be on your toes if you're North Carolina. You may see the Tigers try to squeeze one in.
First pitch to Hyatt, outside snap throw back to third.
Now you see Logaleo was not getting a big lead right there. And there's absolutely nothing good that can happen with that throw.
The coach in you is saying, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
The 1-0. I called strike 1-1.
Now you got a 1-ball, 1-strike count. If they were going to squeeze, this would be a prime time to do it.
Pickett's 1-1. This is outside, 2-1.
Now it gets even bigger. Pitch is going to have to be probably a little bit closer to the plate now. Infield's in. Everybody knows this game is at the midpoint now.
Ground ball right back to the pitcher. Pickett will look the runner back to third. Take care of Hyatt. 1-3.
She hit it firmly, but right back to Pickett, and Pickett did a great job of filling her position.
Here's Mackenzie Clark. Walked her last time up in the second and has grounded out to short. That was in the first.
And even with 2 outs in the inning, do not be surprised if she doesn't bunt the ball.
Yeah, you're thinking the exact same way I am, with as much speed as she has. And she can handle the bat.
Yes, she can.
First pitch to Clark. Low in the dirt. Nice block by Green. That actually may have caught a piece of the home plate umpire.
It may have got him on the foot. It may have got him on the foot.
Look at Logaleo there at third. Replay of this. See it get under the catcher. Yeah,
yep.
Got his foot.
He got his foot.
He kept it from going to the backstop. May have saved a run. 1-0. Called strike.
This right here is the game inside the game, Don. This is good moments right here in a ball game, if you're not coaching it. I'm having a blast right now, but Coach Rittman and Coach Papa are miserable.
1-1. Fastball strike.
Must have got the outside part of the plate.
Pickett so far has stranded 5 runners. She's trying to strand her 6th here in the bottom of the 4th with a runner at third and 2 outs. That pitch misses off the outside corner.
Well, they wanted it.
Green thought she had it behind home plate.
She sure did.
Watch the catcher here. Green thinking, I got it. No. The 2-2 slap foul.
You see how quick Clark's bat is through the zone? She can wait like a half a tick longer than a lot of hitters because she's got such a quick bat.
Well, obviously, if she hits something to the outfield in the gaps with the outfield playing in,
oh yeah,
and it gets the wall, she's going to stand at third.
You better believe it.
Already has 5 triples on the season, does Clark. The 2-2 in the air, foul down the right field line. Yeah, it's going to be fun to, if you're a Clemson fan, to watch this gal at the plate over the next several seasons. She got a chance to be a star not only in this league, but in the collegiate game.
You better believe she does.
Again, the 2-2, and again, Clark able to foul it off.
She is a dynamic defender, and she is a very good young offensive player. When the offensive game catches up with the defensive game, that's going to be an All-American candidate right there.
Well, and 3 home runs on the season as well.
Oh, yeah.
And 12 RBIs, so, you know, she's just not a place setter.
Exactly right.
2-2, low and in the dirt. Pickett does not have to give in to Clark here.
Yep. Catcher does a good job of blocking this one up.
At that point, you become the human backstop.
Yeah, that was your 40-footer right there.
Payoff pitch to Clark. 2 outs, runner at third. Ground ball, foul, third base side. This will be the 10th pitch of this at bat. As Clark has been battling with Pickett ever since it got to be 3-2.
You can look out there and tell Pickett's not rattled. She's been here before.
Deep breath, settles herself. And there's a fly ball that is hit into right, and it'll be foul.
She just missed that triple you were talking about.
I thought for a second it was going to leave the ballpark.
Yeah,
he was hit well.
It was hit very sharply.
Yeah, he actually hits off the wall.
Hit
but
the base of the wall out there. Yeah.
So the 11th pitch of the at-bat here to Clark.
You think Pickett's got the courage or the confidence to throw the changeup?
Oh, yeah. 3-2. That one is roped to left, and that ball will be off the wall. That will score Logaleo, and Clark will go sliding into second with a double and her 13th RBI of the year. 2-1 Clemson.
The great Ernie Johnson senior used to talk about draw a circle around that 2-out hit. And if you're going to be a good team, you've got to have people come up with 2-out hits. And Clark just stood up there, had a heck of an at-bat, and on the at-bat's 11th pitch, doubles off the left field wall to put the Tigers back in the lead.
And it's seen enough pitches, Coach, to be able to pull that ball.
Yes. That was an excellent at-bat by the rookie center fielder.
Well, there's a bounce-back run for Clemson after North Carolina tied it in the top of the fourth. Clemson now leading it 2-1, bottom of the fourth. And Gilstrap takes a first pitch strike.
And just as you talked about, the momentum shift is almost palatable when you do this.
Gilstrap has walked and reached on an error. And a swing and a miss, 0-2. Pickett's 0-2 in the air to right along the line, and that's just going to drop foul. Stubbs, a good run after it.
Yeah. And Gilstrap flirted with a triple right there.
Yeah, that gets by Stubbs. She probably is going to be standing at third. Just foul, as you can see, less than a foot there.
Yeah. This is the third time through the batting order for the Tigers, and you can see that the at-bats against Pickett are a little bit better this time through.
Still 0-2 to Gilstrap. Clark leads from second with 2 outs. 2-1 Clemson. And a foul back. She's right on top of that pitch.
She sure was. In this most unusual spring with seemingly everybody playing every sport except for football at the Power 5 level, this is
spring game here at Clemson on Saturday.
Oh, look out now.
0-2 low in the dirt. Nice block by Green.
So I guess you'll be working that.
I will be working on that on Saturday.
Instead of here with me, laboring.
Yes, I will be working that on Saturday. The 1-2 to Gilstrap. That one is rifled to the shortstop Middleton. A couple of steps to her right and makes the stab and the play to retire the side. But Clemson goes back to the lead with a runner in the bottom of the fourth, 2-1. Clemson a 2-1 lead on North Carolina as we'll head off to the top of the fifth inning here in Clemson, South Carolina. Don Munson, Scott Whitlock along with you. All right, so there are conference standings right now in the Atlantic Coast Conference. And remember, this is all by percentage because you're going to have teams now because of COVID protocol and COVID postponements that just aren't going to play the same amount of games. So 10 teams will make it to the ACC tournament, Coach, and it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out.
Yeah, it's going to be a dogfight for the last couple of spots in the tournament. But both of these teams here, they look like they're in pretty good position to certainly make the ACC tournament, but they both have bigger goals in mind.
8-9-1 due up against Cagle here in the fifth. Destiny Middleton will lead things off. Takes the first pitch for a ball. Middleton reached on an error, was stranded at third in the third. Pitch on the inside corner for a called strike will even the count at 1-1. All right, Coach, let me get into this conversation with you. As we come into the ball game here today, John Rittman in not even a full 2 years, all right? 1.5 seasons, and maybe not even that, really a full season when you count how last season went with COVID canceling everything. 41-12 coming into this. Just the job that, when you think you've taken a team, a program from infancy, and have gone 41-12 in your first 53 games.
And that is just an outstanding job. That speaks to the staff, and it speaks to a lot of the athletes. They've come in here and they've been unafraid, and they have, just taken the opportunity and ran with it. And I don't guess this is in the category of breaking news, but Cagle strikes out another.
And it's her 10th strikeout of the game. And here is Thompson stepping in, who was strikeout victim number 5 back in the 3rd.
There she is again, employing that split grip.
But just the fact, I don't know that there's been another program that has gone from startup to 41-12 through 53 games.
Yeah, well, that'd be an interesting thing to find out. In the modern era, I would definitely almost think that it hadn't happened. They've done such a good job, but they do that with everything throughout with the schools in the ACC. I mean, they just do an outstanding job of giving the coaches the tools. And in Clemson's case, they gave Coach Rittman and his staff the tools, and they went out and they've done just an incredible job of laying just the foundation. And like you say, this program's in its infancy.
Yep. 1-2 from Cagle. There's strikeout number 11.
Oh, man. One of these days when there you see right there that Rittman had a 17-game winning streak with his Tigers here.
Oh, by the way, we forgot to mention that.
Yeah, and it was snapped here last Friday. And then they turned around and returned the favor to Duke on Saturday and ended their 19-game winning streak.
Back to the top of the order we go. Here's Bree Stubbs, who swings and comes up empty.
And this is a shutdown inning, what we're seeing, unless something goes awry this right now. But this is what you want to do after you score a run. You want to come out and be authoritative in the mound and let the other team know that we got this now.
Pitch high that tips off the glove of Hyatt to the backstop. 1-1. Well, and the last thing I'll say about this is that the fact that you started a program and then you win like this,
yes,
it breeds more winning.
Yes, it does.
The 1-1 outside, 2-1.
This is winning is the biggest advertisement in recruiting you can possibly have. And no matter how wonderful your facilities are, no matter how great the college setting is, and trust me, Clemson's got all of that. But when you mix that with a team that comes and gets up off the ground and starts winning right away, that is the best advertisement you can have for wanting to come here and play ball.
2-2 the count to Stubbs with 2 outs and nobody on. 2-1 Clemson here, top of 5. Cagle delivers, misses high.
Just look over in the third base dugout. You know why North Carolina keeps getting good players? Because they've won.
Yes.
Because they've won for a long time. And that's the best advertisement they can have, is winning.
Players want to go where you can win, that's for sure. And win championships. Payoff pitch. Grounded to short, Gilstrap. Low throw, and it cannot be dug out by Mattimore. There'll be a throwing error on Gilstrap, and the runner will advance to second.
Nobody trailing to back up the throw. You'll see right here. Gilstrap had plenty of time. She just unleashed one in the dirt, and Mattimore couldn't dig it out. And the ball goes up, and there's nobody behind her to back up the play. Normally, with nobody on base, you'd see the catcher trail that.
And this will be John Rittman that will come out and chat it up.
He's going to tell the defense to tighten up a little bit and He's probably a little upset from the last inning that Kyle Jamison got TV time and he didn't.
Well, and let's go back to a weekend ago.
Yeah.
It was Gilstrap that had some defensive problems in the doubleheader the first 2 games against Duke.
Yep.
That John Rittman really felt like cost the team. And so, hey, this is a coaching point of emphasis.
Yep. He's telling everybody to focus, get the out. Your pitcher's pitching a heck of a ball game. The last thing you want to do is give the other team extra outs.
We'll get a pitch hitter here as Zoe Goodman will come on and pitch hit.
Pitching number 33, Zoe Goodman.
Zoe Goodman's only hitting 125 on the season. She's had 16 at bats. Has some power.
Right-handed hitter takes the first pitch high. Ball 1.
But it's interesting now, just as you said an inning ago, how the world changes when there's a runner on base in the mind of a pitcher.
It does, yeah. The 2-out rally by North Carolina an inning ago produced a run, their only run of the game. Chopped foul of the plate to even it at 1-1. Eagles 1-1 will be chopped foul, 1-2.
And I gotta say this, for the hitter, it is just very, very difficult on a cold day to come up off the bench and have to pinch hit against a hard throwing pitcher. So, you know, Zoe Goodman is up there just in a heck of a spot.
One-two, swing and a miss. Cagle ends up striking out the side, and that's 12 strikeouts now for Cagle in the circle. Clemson a 2-1 lead. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 2-1 ball game in the opening game of this 4-game set here in Clemson, South Carolina, between the homestanding Clemson Tigers and the visiting Tar Heels of North Carolina. Don Munson, Scott Whitlock along with you, and due up here in the bottom of the 5th for Clemson. It'll be 3-4-5. Cagle, Gombarda, and Stewart against Brittany Pickett. As you take a look at Cagle, who has struck out 12 in the circle. Almost stepped to the plate, 1 for 2. Infield single, stolen base in the first. Pickett's first pitch to the lefty is up and in. Ball 1.
Pickett's still running it up there at a pretty good velocity.
Absolutely. She'll hit 100 pitches here in this inning.
And she's as advertised. She is an excellent pitcher.
One-0. Misses low, 2-0. Cagle, a couple weekends back at Louisville, went over 170 pitches in 11 innings.
Yeah, and I was very angry about that. That was a Friday night, and it kept me up past my bedtime.
2-0, off speed, swing and a miss.
I don't forget how many total innings they went that night.
11.
11.
Yep.
But it was way past my bedtime because of that extra inning stuff. I told Rittman that I don't get paid to watch extra innings.
Of course, Major League Baseball starts today.
Oh, yeah.
Has already played, as a matter of fact. Foul back to the screen, leaving it up at 2-2. And the other big news, since we have North Carolina here, is North Carolina men's head basketball coach Roy Williams calling it a career as he retired today. I think they did the press conference at 4 o'clock.
And somewhere in metropolitan Atlanta,
2-2.
Pitch fouled off. Somewhere in metropolitan Atlanta, Miss Charlotte Doolin, my longtime admin, is in mourning right now because she was perhaps the world's biggest Roy Williams fan. She had a daughter that went to North Carolina, and I'm sure right now that Charlotte's having to be sedated.
Roy's wife is my father-in-law's 5th cousin.
How about that?
2-2, swing and a miss by Cagle, and down on strikes she goes to start the bottom of the 5th.
Here, just well off the plate. Cagle chases one that she should have let go.
And that's only the 2nd strikeout in this game by Pickett. There's news right there, because coming in, she had struck out 104 and walked 9 in 88 in the third innings pitched. So here's Gombarda, 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground ball to third. First pitch will bounce up there to her.
Gombarda's been close the last couple of at-bats of getting on time with Pickett. This is, I guess, her third time to see her. See if she can take advantage of her past experience.
1-0 pitch, grounded through the hole left side.
You see there, she hit that ball sharply in the 5-6 hole. She was right on top of that, just ripped it out into left field for a single. Now we're going to see a pinch runner come in.
And it'll be number 24, Oda. Ariel Oda.
And you may see Oda stay in the game and play right field defensively.
Yeah, if Clemson can possibly play a run here, but we'll see. You talk about how Clemson runs off the bench. Here's one of them. Oda 2 of 3 in stolen bases.
But they do. They like to run.
Here's Stewart, who is 0 for 2. She lined back to Pickett her last time up. Snap throw to first. Diving back safely to the bag is Oda.
Green's not afraid to throw the ball back there, is she?
No. So is that ever called? You ever call that from a bench?
Sometimes you do, but that right there is you see and read. And what you've got to have is you got to have a real trust in your corner players if you're going to throw behind runners.
1-0, called strike.
One of the greatest sucker plays in all of softball is with a runner on first and second is to throw behind the runner at first, because they inevitably will think that you're more worried about the lead runner, and you can make some hay that way.
1-1, misses high. Yeah, so when you say make hay, I'm going to take it that you just think the runner falls asleep at first, right?
Picking off the base runner at first. Yeah. Yes.
The 2-1 offering. Chopper wide of the third baseman. Shortstop picks it. We'll just have to hold it.
Ball was hitting a perfect spot. There was absolutely nothing that the shortstop could do with that ball. All Middleton could do was collect it when it took that extra hop, and she's so deep in the hole now. I think that was a very good choice not to throw that ball.
So back-to-back base hits with 1 out, 7 hits now off of Pickett for Clemson. And here's Pereira. A bunt single in the second, and she's lined out to the second baseman. That happened in the third. And here she's first pitch swinging and fouls it to the screen.
Pereira missed a few games with an injury.
Yep.
Earlier in the season, and John Rittman was talking about how she just really makes the defense a lot better. And now we're going to see a pinch runner at first base again, as I'm trying to get a look at that
19.
Number 19. Jaden Cheek is going to go in and run for Stewart.
Oh, 1 the count to Pereira. Pereira will swing and foul it again back to the screen.
Look at that serious look on her face, man. She's zoned in.
Pickett has done a great job of leaving runners stranded. She has stranded 6 so far through the first 4. And there's strike 3 called to Pereira.
And it caught her flat-footed. She comes inside with something firm. Bang, that thing tailed back over the plate.
Lefty had a little good movement on that pitch.
That got a lot more of the plate than I thought it did originally.
Well, all runs in this game have scored with 2 outs, all right? 2-1 Clemson. Here's Logoleo, who has a bunt single and is doubled and has scored both runs for Clemson. Takes a first pitch strike.
Right now with 2 strikes, if you're the pitcher, you just want to stay in your zone. Again, not let the thoughts get into your head about base runners.
Logoleo had that 11-pitch at-bat against Pickett the last time. A pitch that misses high. 1-1. Excuse me, that was it. That was Clark that had the long at-bat that actually plated Logoleo. 1-1 misses low off the glove of Green, but not far enough for runners to advance.
Every time a runner doesn't go, it breaks Green's heart. She wants to throw the ball. She is just, I mean, she wants to throw the ball so badly. You got to love it.
2-1. That's in the air, and that's going to score him because that's going to go all the way to the wall. 1 run in, make it 2 runs in. The throw will come home, but not in time. And standing at second with 2 RBIs is Logoleo, and it's 4-1 Clemson.
And it is a very, very different ball game now. This late in the game, Logoleo does a great job. And again, I don't want to belabor a point, but the depth of the North Carolina outfielders worked against them there. That ball was not hit so hard, but it easily split that defense with where they were playing.
So all runs still in this game have scored with 2 outs.
2 outs. And
I think we're going to get a pitch hitter here. Is John Rittman. I'll bring up a pitch hitter.
Yeah. Looks like it's going to be.
These white jerseys with those numerals on them, it is difficult with the outline numerals.
I believe that's 42, Morgan Johnson.
Yes, it is Morgan Johnson. You're right. Chickamauga bat for Mattamore.
She's hitting .316 on the season. She's got 6 hits. She's got a couple of home runs.
And she's been coming back from injury.
Yes. She's from down outside of Augusta, Georgia.
The first pitch to Johnson misses inside. Ball 1. Johnson, a big presence. As you can see, it's 6-1. And there are the numbers that Scott just ran by you. Had a home run at Louisville a couple weekends ago. 1-0, swinging and fouling it off.
Speaking of Augusta, Georgia, I guess that little town will come alive next week.
Tell you what, when my dad was alive, Scott, one of his best friends was the interpreter for the Japanese golfers that would come across. And so in the 70s and in the 80s, we would go on passes from the Japanese golfers because they would not bring their families across. And we used to have a blast. Some of the most greatest memories I had with my father at Augusta National. Pitch low, 2-1.
Anybody that's ever had the chance to go and walk around Augusta National Golf Course, you got a pretty good idea of what the lawns are going to look like in heaven.
The 2-1 low. 3-1.
Let me tell you how different it is when you're pitching in a 2-1 game as opposed to a 4-1 game. If you're Cagle now, when you go back out to pitch, whenever that may be, you can really rear back and let it go now because you're not going to be walking on a tightrope.
All right, so and the question for Coach Papa becomes then, 118 pitches in, you're going to throw Pickett again in this 4-game set. How long do you let her go?
Well, that's a good question. I don't really know a lot about, how she bounces back or how she recovers, how much rest she needs. But, I would certainly say if North Carolina doesn't respond with anything in the 6th inning, it might be a very good question to say who pitches the 7th.
3-2. Now to the pitch hitter, Morgan Johnson. Payoff pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. but Clemson does more two-out damage as they score 2 on 3 hits. No errors, 1 left, 4-1 Clemson. Well, Valerie Cagle, 12 strikeouts. Coach, she came into this game knowing she had a team coming off pause and has gone right at them.
You're exactly right, Don. She has challenged these hitters from the very first pitch of the game. She's come directly at them, and now she's got a luxury she hasn't had yet. She's pitching now with a multiple-run lead.
4-1 Clemson as we'll go to the top of the 6th, and it'll be 3-4-5 in the order due up for North Carolina. Lisea, Burkhart, Pickett.
And you just want to pump strikes right now if you're Valerie Cagle.
Lisea swings and misses at the first pitch.
About like that.
Yep. Lisea has walked and has struck out in this game. She was strikeout victim number 8 of Cagle to start the 4th. And Oda will stay in the ball game in right. Pitch missing inside, 1-1 to Lisea.
This has been a fun game to watch and a great game to do. And the best news is we get to do it a couple of times tomorrow.
Doubleheader action tomorrow starting at 1 o'clock. 1-1 misses inside, 2-1. Cagle winds, 2-1. Fouled off there at the plate.
It's really funny when you play these 4-game series. You know, by the end of the series, everybody's familiar with just about everybody. I mean, you've seen most, or if not all, of the pitching. You've seen all the hitters.
2-2 off speed, ground ball to first. Easy play from Mattamore, 1 away.
And right here is a point in time in the game when I was coaching and managing the game, you would always start counting outs. And right there with that ground ball to Mattamore, they know now that North Carolina's down to their final 5 outs. You got 5 outs to get.
Burkhart 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Struck out in the 4th. Ground ball here to the shortstop, Gilstrap. Pick and throw. Just like that, 2 away.
Yep. That was a ball hit sharply, but Gilstrap came through, made the play, and made a nice throw. She's out there grinning about it now. I know what she's laughing about is that throw she threw over there earlier.
So here's Pickett. Pickett has struck out looking. There's an infield single. Pitch runner then came on for her and scored the only run for North Carolina.
You're correct.
A 1 to Pickett outside. About 1-1. Miss high.
Cagle certainly doesn't want to walk anybody, so I think you're going to see it. There you go.
Ground ball is second, booted. And that'll be an E4. Pereira, that's about as easy a play as you'll see that she can make, and just booted it.
Hey, that's a third infield error with the Tigers this game. It's like they're all taking turns. I know that Coach Rittman can't be happy with that, and I guarantee you Valerie Cagle's not. She said, look, I should be in the dugout right now with my coat on.
Right. For Pereira, that'll be her 5th error of the season. Swing and a foul back by Taylor Green. 0-1. Green drove in the only run for North Carolina back in the 4th, 1 for 2.
Did a good job of hitting, too. Took that ball out to right center. And scored the pinch runner from second base.
0-1. Ground ball foul, third base side.
You know, even in a game that's been as good as it has been for the Tigers, there's going to be things that the coaching staff's going to gnaw on and chew on, and I guarantee you, cleaning up the infield play is going to be something that they're going to really work on.
And we saw this last weekend against Duke. Pop foul out of play, first base side. That was that series last week against Duke. They opened up with a doubleheader.
Yes.
And had problems on the infield in both games 1 and 2.
Yep. Yeah.
Easter weekend, though, we go Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 0-2 pitch, slow roller to first. And underhanded to the second baseman covering. The 3-4 put out retires aside. So nothing doing for North Carolina. No runs, no hits, an error. 1 left. 4-1 Clemson. 4-1 in favor of Clemson over North Carolina. You ask how we got there? Well, here's how. Started off in the second inning. An error by the shortstop Middleton allowed a run to score for Clemson. 1-0, but North Carolina came right back. 2-out base hit by Taylor Green tied us at 1. That was in the 4th, and then a great at-bat by Clark. Played it not 1, well, played it to make it a 2-1 Clemson lead. And then with 2 outs, the 2-run double by Logoleo. And 4-1 in favor of Clemson as we go to the bottom of the 6th. You also see the 12 strikeouts by Cagle inside the circle. She has pitched very well as Pickett will start the inning.
And we got a pinch hitter in there for the Tigers right now. You got number 9, Sarah Howell, coming in to get an at bat. Howell on the year is only 167. She's only had 6 at bats.
Hitting the 9 hole, takes a pitch for a strike. 0-2.
Quite a mask she's wearing.
Pitch miss outside, 1-2. Yeah, it's a mask inside a mask.
Yeah.
A little bit of a chilly now early evening here in Clemson, South Carolina. 53 when we started it with the wind up and still up and blowing out. Swing and a miss by Howell, and down on strikes she goes, and that's strikeout number 5 for Pickett.
See, she swings right through that one.
Actually, Pickett has now struck out 3 of the last 4 that she has faced. Back to the top of the order, Mackenzie Clark, the big 2-out, 2-run double. Or excuse me, 2-out double in the 4th that gave Clemson a 2-1 lead.
And she'd fouled off a few pitches before she did.
Yeah, that was an 11 pitch at bat.
Yeah, and she turned on that rascal.
She's also walked and has grounded out to short. Hits one right back up the middle.
Okay, Mr. Munson, let me ask you this. You're up 3 runs with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. You got your best base runner on first base. You think they're going to crank her up?
Absolutely. 15 of 15. I mean, you know, at this point in the game, you still are not up enough runs. It's not like it's 9-1, or obviously it was 9-1. We would mercy rule it, but but I think you got a runner.
I do too.
And there she goes in the very first pitch. The throw down by Green, not in time. Clark now 16 for 16 in stolen bases.
She just gets to top end so quickly.
Yes.
She goes from stationary to wide open very quickly.
Yeah, she's at full speed at step number 2.
Yeah.
1-0 the count to Gilstrap. So now a runner in scoring position with 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 6th, 4-1 Clemson. Ground ball foul, third base side. John Rittman shows off those cat-like reflexes there in that third base coach's box.
That's some kind of cat.
Sunning itself.
Every
gets a little lazy in that sun.
Every feline owner in the country resents referring to Mr. Rittman as a cat.
One and one the count. Pickett's 1-1 offering on this high. 2-1 now to Gilstrap.
McWhorter Stadium is just a beautiful softball facility, and it's built right here in what used to be, they tell me, Don, prime camper parking for football Saturdays.
Yes, it was. Off speed, check swing.
So I'm sure there was a lot of happy people.
Watch the check swing first.
Yeah.
Stop the bat before it got out front of the plate. Yeah, I think they lost in the neighborhood of 350, parking spots that were out here. But yeah, you show up on a fall Friday now. A lot of campers here on campus.
You know, the pageantry of college football is something, and it just brings the campus alive 6 or 7 times a fall. It really does.
Man, I think that all campuses around the South in particular getting back to full stadiums hopefully in the fall. 3-2 offering. Pop first base side, foul territory. Nice play by Hutcherson coming over along the screen and making the play.
She did a real nice job of staying with that ball. Found out where she was, knew where she was on the field. Very confident going to get it. You watch her. She's in there, and very nice job. That is not nearly as easy as she made it look.
So 2 outs with a runner at second for Cagle. Cagle 1 for 3. Swing and a miss at the first offering from Pickett. She went off speed, 0-1.
She's had herself quite a day out there on the mound. She's still got 3 more outs to get, but she has just been absolutely outstanding.
1 pitch. Off speed for strike 2.
And that was a good pitch. Don't want it to get lost. Brittany Pickett is an outstanding collegiate pitcher. And that is a dandy changeup right there.
Pitch 134 on the day for Pickett coming up. The 0-2 fouled off. We just passed an anniversary of Charlie Finley, who, remember back in the 70s, he introduced the orange baseball. They played for it in a spring training game around Major League Baseball. But I've always liked the yellow softball. The yellow just makes everything so easy to pick up.
I remember the transition.
Line to third. Nice play by Lasea at third to snag that one off the bat of Cagle.
Saved a run.
Absolutely, it saved a run. Clemson leads at 4-1, though, as we go to the top of the 7th here at McWhorter Stadium. 4-1 in favor of Clemson as we go to the top of the 7th here in Clemson. Don Munson, Scott Whitlock along with you. The first game of this 4-game set as Cagle will stay in the circle. See if she can pick up her 14th win of the season and go the distance. And we'll get a pitch hitter here for North Carolina to start it as number 11, Katie Perkins, will come on. Bottom third of the order due up for North Carolina here in the top of the 7th. Perkins swings and comes up empty at the first pitch she sees, 0-1.
I tell you, you sit on a bench on a cold day for 6 innings, and then coach comes up and puts her arm on your shoulder and says, hey, you're going to lead off the next inning. And you walk out there and you see Cagle throwing it somewhere around 70 miles an hour. And you just say, well, this ought to be fun.
Yeah. The last inning that Cagle was in the circle was the only inning that she has not had at least had a strikeout.
That is news.
Actually, she's had 2 strikeouts in every inning prior to the 6th. The 0-2 fouled off of Hyatt. Stay 0-2.
These teams got 3 more.
1 o'clock, a doubleheader starting tomorrow. Then we'll play 30 minutes after the completion of game 1.
And then a noon start on Saturday.
That's correct. The 0-2 misses outside. And I'm telling you, on Saturday, with the football spring game, brother, you better get here early if you want a parking spot.
Yep.
Just warning you right now. Oh, our director, Rick Bagby, says you have a reserved spot. Excuse me. Oh, hit batter.
Well, I don't like to talk about that, Don.
Hey, you won national championships in 95 and 96. You deserve a.
Well, when you get big as me, you get reserve sit.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Caught that front thigh. Perkins. So the leadoff aboard.
I wouldn't want the administration here at Clemson to know it, but Bagby actually sold me that spot.
Brother.
Looks like Carson Sneed is going to come in and run. So we got a pinch runner for the pinch hitter.
Number 2, Carson Sneed.
And now we got yet another pitch hitter. And we got a timeout call now by the first base coach, who needs a base running glove for the pinch runner.
Pitching number 14, Dominique Montillon.
This is something that is new in the game, the base running gloves.
Yeah. So if you want to speed up the game, get rid of batting gloves and base running gloves.
And all the body armor.
Yeah. Dominique Montillon. Into pitch hit here for Middleton. Swings and misses at the first pitch, 0-1. 4-1 Clemson, top of 7. And Perkins hit by a pitch to start the top half of the inning.
And Montillon is 1 for 3 on the season.
Swings and fouls this one off. 0-2.
Quickly in a hole right here. Right here, Cagle needs to require a little bit of herself and go ahead and just really get after these hitters.
This is low. Check swing, foul.
Right here. Sometimes the ball hits the bat, and that's what happened right there.
Count remains 1-2. One-two pitch, chopper back to Cagle, reached up, made the play, throws the first. Now they got the runner tied up between first and second. I guess that Sneed thought that was caught on a line drive.
I reckon. I really don't know what happened there.
I don't either. So it turns into a double play.
So that's going to go as a... Okay. And she's thinking that's a line drive.
Yep, she is.
But what it turns into is a 1-3-6 double play. And we're going to have yet another pitch hitter, number 37, Brooke Miller.
So Brooke Miller, freshman, will come on and pitch it here.
Number 37, Brooke Miller.
And she represents the last hope for North Carolina. 2 outs. Your top of the 7th, 4-1 Clemson. Swings and misses.
Trying to see if I have something on Brooke Miller, and unless I'm overlooking something.
Yeah, I think this may be Miller's first at bat of the year.
First at bat of the year.
Yep. First appearance, first at bat of the year. Swings and misses at the 0-1 to make it a 0-2.
Imagine having to face that pitching for your first at bat of the year.
The 0-2 from Cagle, swing and a miss, ball game as Cagle strikes out 13 and picks up her 14th complete game of the season, and Clemson wins it 4-1.
Tell you what, that was a dominant performance by Valerie Cagle. She put the team on her shoulders and just said, just Girls, get me 1 or 2 runs, and we're going to be just fine.
No doubt about it. So Cagle ends up striking 13 in this game. She'll get the win. She'll move to 14-3 now on at the season. And that will, like I said, her 14th complete game of the year. Well, game number 1 of this 4-game set here in Clemson goes to the homestanding Clemson Tigers 4-1. As the home team here will celebrate with their fans, and we'll come back and we'll do it all over again tomorrow. Doubleheader action from McWhorter Stadium tomorrow as we'll first pitch at 1 o'clock, and look forward to having you here with us. For our entire broadcast crew, Scott Whitlock, I'm Don Munson. Thanks for being with us here in Clemson this evening.